Hello, everybody. Welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight. We are here with a funky, fresh new episode featuring friend of the network, Harley and Ox, who has not been on in a hot minute.
No, I've got, chaos. That's what I'm doing. Just chaos, straight up chaos all the time.
I would like an analysis of how many words in your sentence, Bridget, started with the letter F.
Yeah, that was a lot.
It was the vast majority.
It was the vast majority. Whoopsies. But one of the things I was saying when we were getting things up and rolling is that we've increased our production value a little bit since the last time you were here. We've got intros and networks and a producer.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
I'm a broke bitch, so we got no production value for anything that I make. It's the basics.
I do feel that so hard, though. As we get things rolling here, can we get a vibe check?
Well,
how's everybody doing?
I work for a nonprofit that is funded by government grants in their human resources department as my Monday through Friday. Yeah, that's exactly how the vibe is going. So the vibe is...
I pretend I do not see it.
We're here. My joint pain is moderate to severe, but still kicking ass. That's my vibe.
Okay, I like that. Brooks, how about you?
Surviving. One day at a time. It's just, I can't think earlier and I can't think ahead of time. I just have to exist in the moment, and currently great. Doing great.
All right, we'll take that. I too am also doing pretty solid. Also, for my horror girlies out there, New Reason to Live just dropped. They're making a 4th Terrifier movie. So if nothing else, I'm excited about that. That has definitely brightened my day. So I'd say I'm doing pretty good.
Sure.
I'm excited. Yeah, anyone else have anything that they just feel the need to report on? Anything at all? Before we get into
Michael's
questions?
Christmas, Michael's Craft Store has all of their Christmas stuff on clearance for 80% off.
I saw that they were doing that with all the leftover Halloween stuff too, and it made me very excited. Oh, look.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to come on screen
today. They still had a whole bunch of Halloween themed fabrics and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, spooky skeletons! What can I do with this?"
I don't know if he's going to come on screen, but my cat has just entered the room. Did you know that he's never been fed ever in his life, even a single time? I don't know how he made it this far, but he's been telling me all about his... I'm awful. He's been telling me all about his struggles ever since the second I got home today. He recently had to go on... I had to give him wet food for... He usually eats just the kibble, but I had to give him wet food for 2 weeks because he had teeth pulled. And now he seems to think that every time I'm entering the kitchen, even though he is back on his regular food that comes out of his auto feeder now, but he seems to think that every time I am entering the kitchen, it is to prepare wet food for him. And he screams at me nonstop.
Oh boy.
So
Cats,
He's a special
cats are
little menace.
gremlins. Cats are
He is a
100%
gremlin.
gremlin. Worth it. Worth every single second that they're trying to like claw your face
Oh,
off.
100%.
Them up to cuddle.
Like,
but gremlins.
love this little guy. Would die for him. Biggest pain in my ass.
Nyx is
Aw,
like
Kate
just
here.
out of frame behind me.
What about you, Brooks? Anything else to report on, or just that you're surviving, which is an accomplishment in and of itself in this economy?
Yeah, I think my major mode right now is just denial of anything that bothers me. Like the
And
whole
sometimes
situation.
that's what you need to do.
Yeah. The whole situation that, Harley was alluding to affects a lot of people, including college students, a lot. So it's great.
Yikes.
I'm a counselor now.
Oh, niet.
So that's
Oh,
why, again,
boy,
I'm
oh,
not
boy.
looking ahead or behind. I'm just, one day at a time. The news broke in the middle of one of my classes, and a student yelled, "What the?" And then she looked at me and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I was like, "Dude, I like
Stop.
that did class. It's fine."
That did not actually happen.
Yeah, I mean, we were technically on they were doing independent work at the time, so I wasn't in the middle of talking or anything. And she had finished before some other people, and so she was just checking her phone. And so yeah, we were. Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
that was how I found out. Well, no, technically
That's
I saw it
like
before that, but.
fucked up that this is happening at all, but that's a hilarious way to find out. Like a student screaming swear words in the middle of your class.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So that's, it's making my life fun too. I mean, it doesn't
I absolutely
affect me
hate that for
personally
you.
so much in terms of my job, but in terms of the people that I am around a lot.
Yeah. Well, we here aim to be your momentary distraction from the horrors.
Yeah.
The horrors persist, but so do I.
The horrors persist, but so do I. That is an excellent attitude. And persisting in the context of this episode, I have our first question. Would you rather be able to travel backwards in time or forwards in time? You can only do one. Thoughts. Can also discuss the benefits and detriments of both.
Can I choose neither?
If you really
or
want
do I
to,
have
sure.
to pick one? Because there are pros.
We play it fast and loose with rules here, so
rules? What
Meaning
rules?
there aren't any.
Yeah, there's pretty much none. I think that's in our FAQ document that we have almost no rules. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I think like going forward in time would be great if you are trying to reach a goal. Now, there's a lot, I don't know, maybe that's just my brain, but you are going forward through time. Is everything else going through time at the same pace? Like, are you just hitting the fast forward button, or are you moving forward in time but nothing else is?
I think I'm going to say hitting the fast forward button for the purposes of this question, because I think that opens up some more interesting discussion points.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if you're just, I don't know, waiting for a goal that takes a long time to accomplish, then you're going to want to smash that fast forward button. But if you're someone who's super nostalgic, wants to listen to hit clips, which rip. So
I was just thinking about those the other day.
Yeah, listen, okay, so slight side note, there is a song called 2002 that is built on top of Bowling for Soup's 1985, and it's I was listening to it and I was like, oh yeah, this is, oh my god, I've also had people younger than I am say oh, you were born in the 1900s, and I just look at them and I'm like, I'm gonna need you
yes, but don't say it like that.
I'm gonna need you to take several seats and shut your trap.
Don't say it like that.
It's rough out here. But anyway, if you're nostalgic and things that you can only get in the past, I I know this is most people are not nostalgic for this, but like I know I'm not, but you know, you might be. Like that purple or like colored ketchup that they had in like the 90s, early 2000s.
What was that about, by the way? Why was every condiment a weird color in the late 90s and early 2000s?
Funsies.
Yeah,
I mean,
listen.
Yes.
It was probably hiding some serious like
questions that?
chemical reactions. Like
Oh yeah, no,
probably
it's
not.
terrible.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I think it really depends on what your reasons are for choosing something like that.
Oh, another reason that my vibes are pretty good. I've got a cheap, shitty cold one.
Nice.
Decided to live a little on this Wednesday night.
A friend of mine has a T-shirt that says, "Please be patient with me. I'm from the 1900s."
That's
And I feel
fucking
like-
funny. Is this a
Yeah,
friend
and it
I
has
know?
like a. It is. You know who I'm talking about.
I can't picture that.
Oh, I was gonna
And I
say,
don't know-
don't act like you don't know.
No,
I
I
don't know why
do
I'm acting
know.
like it's a secret.
I just can't picture it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, my husband actually bought me a crop top in the most MVP move, and it says, "Of course I'm sad. I'm attracted to men." And I was like, I married you for a goddamn reason. I was like, he's
That's
like
great.
he gets it. Like he's like, yeah, like I understand. He also bought me a shirt that says that has like a little cartoon frog on it that says "just a little guy." I was like, you just
Incredible.
understand me on a visceral level.
It is just a little guy.
Yeah, I am just a little guy.
One of the fun things that's been going on with me recently is that my boyfriend and I both have a crush on the same actress, and I'm like 20 times worse about it than he is, like just violently just saying everything that comes to mind. And he's like, no, I have to be respectful. But every now and like, love men, dating one. But every now and again, a woman emerges to beat me over the head with a steel chair, like with the fact that I also like women.
Yeah. Listen, I understand.
Yes, the Barbara Crampton thing is still going on. Didn't ask for your judgment.
Yeah, I just want to point this out because I do remember Orbits, and why were there so many like weird but awesome drinks in the 90s that we should
Sobe
have.
life water.
Yeah,
Listen,
no. Sobe was life. Water.
that shit was great.
Ugh.
Oh my god, I was obsessed.
Crystal
And
also the
Pepsi.
bottle-
If anybody
the bottle
remembers
was so
Crystal
fun.
Pepsi.
Yeah,
Have
Crystal
you ever
Pepsi.
Okay, Harley, you're a Fallout girly. Have you ever seen the
Yeah.
meme where it's like somebody was like urban exploring and they found a sealed bottle of Crystal Pepsi and it was like, this must be what it's like to come across a Nuka-Cola Quantum in the wastelands?
I mean,
They brought
like the
Crystal
vibe
Pepsi back a
is
few years
the
ago.
same. Yeah. I guess like for I don't know. One of my friends is like super into collecting stuff from like the 80s, 90s. And he either like had like an unopened crystal like limited edition Crystal Pepsi, or he somehow got one. And I was like, okay, like
Incredible.
cool, understood. Like you want to collect things. But okay, you know what? Choices were made. I understand. You're an adult with adult money. Like that's fine. Just who thought Crystal Pepsi was a good idea?
Yeah, I
loved
have
it.
no idea.
Maybe
that was
aesthetically, I just was so vehemently against it. I was like, I cannot.
that was like the whole thing in the 90s. We'll keep like the food and the drinks exactly as they are, but we make them a different color. That was like,
Hey, I mean, it's a useful marketing gimmick.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
yeah, no.
But
I mean, it definitely got me. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Since we're talking about vintage things, going to bring it back ever so slightly. I think that being able to go backwards in time would be really helpful because if you fuck up, you can just hit the rewind button and not do that.
See, like my caveat to that, like, yes, I agree, but also, like, do you actually learn anything if you just keep resetting the like sometimes?
I mean, you're going to retain your memories, so I would say yes.
Okay. Does everybody else?
Like, I don't know. No. Imagine like you have like a TV remote, I guess, is how it would work, and it only works on you.
They made a movie about that. Like with
I'm
that whole concept, wasn't it? Like
not even remotely
something?
surprised.
That Adam Sandler movie, Click.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that is exactly what movie I was thinking of. 2006.
So that, but you can
never
only
watched
have a
it.
fast forward or a rewind.
Yeah, he only has those two. Like he can.
Oh, I
press
assumed there
pause,
was like a
I guess, but,
pause.
I mean, it's like he
I've
finds
never
like
seen it.
He finds like a universal remote essentially that lets him do shit with time. Like it the concept is wildly out there, and then when you realize Adam Sandler is starring in the movie, you're like, okay, wait, not as remotely out there as I thought.
Right. Yeah, I think it would be useful to be able. I think it would be more useful to be able to rewind. But I think the fast forward, as a person who loves instant gratification, God, if I could just skip a boring workday.
Oof.
See, the way that I was thinking about this was not so much I'm just going to go forward or back in time and then just continue living from that point. Like, I think about it as being able to jump around a little bit. Like, the suspense is killing me. I want to know if this new movie that they're making is good. So you can zip forward, see if it's good, and then come back to the current time and be like, great, you know? But the same thing with the past. It's like, I would never want to go back to being in like high school, but
yeah, that shit sucked.
But if I could like pop back for an afternoon just for the nostalgia of it and then return, great.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I might be able to, like use my modern day $12 in my bank account to, go back in time and buy a house.
Yeah, make some smart
investments. Right? Like, I invested in property at age 2.5 months. Like,
that's why I would say if we want to look at it that way, we should also have the provision that if you go back in time, you can't actually change anything. Because just like you would only be visiting the future and you can't change anything about that, you can visit the past and kind of hang out, but it's not going to have any like major impact on the future. That way you're not like, butterfly effect, all that stuff, like tiny things could just throw everything off. And I just want to be able to go back in time to hang out with like friends from,
Or you could just pull a Doctor Who and like just whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens.
Like there's an entire intro to it, or like 3/4 of an episode where like River Song is just like, yep, I think I'm gonna go kill Hitler. Like, yeah, woo! And you're like, cool, let's go, girl.
Sure.
Like,
I've been looking at this comment. What the fuck is that? Do I even want to know? What is a ball?
I don't think I know.
BAWL. Is it like a buzz ball?
It's a highly caffeinated premium soda. It was created in Okay, I'm reading. It's citrus and cream soda, and it has guarana in it.
Okay.
Those look
interesting.
Like
you can still buy them.
Sky Blue bottles. Do they still make Sky Blue?
Do they still make what?
Sky Blue is one of those like bottled cocktails that we would drink in college. Not really cocktails, malt beverages.
Something that
like a Smirnoff, that category.
Something that pretended to be a cocktail. Yeah, I know the category of beverage you're talking about.
Yes.
I too had my fair share of experiences with that type of shit in college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think it exists anymore, but still.
The vodka, like straight vodka, the Sky vodka definitely still exists.
No, Sky Blue. It was like. Now I have to Google it.
Oh, I'm already on Google. I got you. It's just love. So it is. It's just coming up as. They sell it in Japan.
Okay.
Ooh.
See, I love just watching the chat scroll by and seeing people name things from the 90s and seeing which ones I've heard of or not. Because I'm like a 90s baby, not a 90s kid. TM. What the fuck is Zima?
Yeah. It was another one of those. It's like a Smirnoff.
Okay, noted.
That's what the girls would drink, you know.
God.
Yeah. I feel like I've just been really nostalgic about the 90s lately because I've been going to like these toy fairs and stuff like that, looking at all this old stuff.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. When
There you
depression
go.
was still.
Yeah, I really can't decide between the ability to either fix my minor mistakes or just skip because my job has been dead lately, and I have been like crawling up the walls with boredom. If I could just like skip to the weekend a couple times and get through the slow season, that would help a lot. That would help like a lot.
I think honestly, I would trade the ability to either rewind or fast forward for the ability to hit pause. Just like straight up
honestly.
pause the entire world, like not pause myself, but like because like your girl needs sleep.
Make it
like
stop.
Yeah,
like that would be
I
the
just
best.
need to like not exist or be perceived for like the next 2 weeks. Like, cool, we're done. We're just,
yeah, freeze time. Freeze time would be really nice. I would.
Yep, I would definitely choose that option.
Yeah, that of the three, definitely gonna go with freeze time because I think I could also I think the consequences of fast forward or rewind could be there could be unforeseen consequences. Well, with pause time, what's gonna fucking happen? You know?
Yeah. Also, like, I don't know. Maybe this is like too sci-fi of me, but like, how is that gonna screw up your molecules? Like, if you just keep, time skipping, hopping, whatever.
Couldn't tell you, but it's probably nothing good.
Right. Like, I feel somehow I would end up liquid. Like, not even in a good way. Just like suddenly puddles appear where I was
I
standing.
simply
I
would simply melt.
Yeah.
I think it was the topic.
Yeah, basically, Arthur.
Pretty much. The question was, would you rather be able to travel forward or backward in time? But now we're getting way down into the weeds.
Oh, I forgot. When you're in chat, I only call you Darther now. That's the rule.
Oh, that's fun. I didn't know that was a thing. I like it, though.
I amuse myself.
All right. So the next thing I have for us to talk about is could accidentally accelerate your aging. If you stop time, you would still age while everything else didn't. This is true. That's why I think I would just do like 2 weeks or so. Just give myself a little reset.
No,
because that in the grand
rules. No aging. Gravity stops.
Yeah, I was gonna. Well, no. If you're stopping time, that means the passage of time is stopping. So in theory, you wouldn't age.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say that's gospel.
Because you would be in this like liminal space between time passing and like absolute frozen time. So like I don't know. In theory, it just makes sense to me. Like I don't think I would get older.
I buy it.
No, I mean, what is aging really? It's like your body changing based on the pull of gravity and like things you encounter. You wouldn't be encountering any of that stuff, and
yeah, a supernatural time stop. That's a good way to put it because we're already talking about breaking the laws of reality.
Actually, fun fact, I think it was like in 2020 or 2021, the Nobel Prize went to physicists who proved that reality is not real. So
cool, that's fun.
Yeah.
Hey, it's whatever. At this point, why not?
It's fine. Nothing is real.
It already feels that way.
Listen. So true. So true.
Okay. So the next thing I have for us, does the person in the middle seat of an airline row automatically get both armrests?
I have follow-up questions.
I mean, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there people on the other side of this middle seat?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What? Fucking Ethan. Okay. So... okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Like, I guess follow-up questions are not permitted. But okay. like
They're still permitted. Don't listen to him.
because I think like if I'm a parent sitting in between two kids, or like even an adult sitting between like someone younger, sizably younger, and like another like teenager or whatever, I think I would just give up the armrest. Like I don't. But
I
if
wouldn't.
I'm like
Fuck them
sitting
kids.
with kids, like 5, 6, under the age of 12, bitch, I'm taking those armrests. You can suffer. Like not
Here's
my
my potential hot take. Every seat has their advantages and disadvantages. I think, the window seat being what it is, you get the fucking window. The aisle seat, you don't have to climb over people when you have to get up to pee. So I feel like the benefit of the middle seat has to be that you actually get armrests.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
going
I would
be
tend to
agree
my
with
point
me,
as
though.
well. Because like otherwise, the middle seat has no advantages. It's just garbage,
Yeah.
right?
I feel like we have to give her
Whereas you have to
something, otherwise we're not being fair.
Yeah. I feel like just airplanes should either one remove the middle seat entirely and just, put doubles. Cool. Everybody wins then. Or middle seat automatically gets more leg room. I think like if you staggered.
Oh geez, wouldn't that be nice?
Pay for my ticket, asshole.
I just booked a flight to Oklahoma for my friend's wedding in October, and I like it's a 4-hour flight, right? Nonstop, whatever. Flying first class is like 8 times the price. It's like 8 times the price of just flying like, comfort plus like, the high end like
Yeah.
for real, like no one wants to pay that for like okay, maybe an international flight. I will
If I was going to fucking Japan or whatever, like then I would shell out, because that's like if you can sleep, that's gonna help with the jet lag. So like there's a tangible advantage to it.
Yeah, both times I've gone to Europe, I flew economy.
I'm poor.
Well, okay, so like for context, one of those was studying abroad. So like it was partially subsidized by my regular university tuition. And then the second time was a family trip that my parents paid for that, they booked flights like 2.5 years in advance. So like prices were super, but like, oh my God. I hate people who are like, yeah, just travel, like be young. I'm like, cool.
Listen, you
fucking money. Like,
this is biphobia. This is biphobia.
It's Barbara Crampton. Specifically.
It's fucking rude is what it is. I did not ask to be attacked like this on my own fucking show. What have I ever done to you, Arthur, other than make you watch Xanadu? And again, I cannot fucking emphasize enough how much I had never seen that movie before we watched it.
Well, that in and of itself is an issue. So,
wow,
ridiculous.
I have been thrown off completely. If anyone else would like to take the floor for a second?
What were we even talking about? Oh, the plane, the seats.
Yeah. How did we get here?
Sidetracked, derailed immediately.
We keep saying that one of the things that we should do for an episode is watch an old episode and like plot how many ridiculous point A to point B type shit happens over the course of one episode. Like how many points we get to, probably up through like point like Q.
I'm gonna be honest, I have a very, very strong gut feeling that it would turn out, that meme where the guy's like pointing at like the map with all the
Harley.
It's always sunny, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's exactly what it would turn into.
100%.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're envisioning, I think.
Yeah. We could get a whiteboard for it and everything. Draw things
That's
branching
true.
off.
I think it's way
have...
more in like authentic conspiracy theorist like nut job if you use string, push pins, and like a cork board with like really faded or like grainy images or
But
you know
can
like
we do that fast enough in real time? Watching an episode as the episode is the question.
I mean, at that point, then you just like scribble. You don't even have to worry about pictures or anything. You just like scribble almost illegible handwriting on like ripped
Which
up
makes
pieces
it
of
seem
paper.
even more conspiracy theory-esque.
Boom! Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could easily do that. You just put a piece of paper in the middle of the board with whatever the topic is, and then every time someone
See
brings
how
up a
many-
thing, you scribble it down, stick it up.
How many places we get from that. That could be a fun whatever happens happens.
Mm.
We have a freeform show that we do whenever we feel like it. That's just stuff that doesn't fit into the other shows on the network. And thus far, the only thing we've done is that my boyfriend and I psychologically tortured Nick by talking really pretentious about a movie that he hates, and he just had to sit there and take it.
Oof, rough.
We broke him that day. But
You got to drink during it.
the airline. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe this is just me being way too comfortable establishing dominance. I take both armrests if I'm in the middle seat. I'm in the middle seat. I'm technically already suffering. The least you can do is give me armrests.
Yeah, I kind of am in the same boat. But as someone who tries to avoid flying at all costs because I am both terrified of heights and of like tin cans falling out of the sky,
Understandable.
flying is miserable. So I would just rather not fly. But if I am gonna be stuck in the middle seat, you bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna make myself as comfy as possible. So those armrests,
Those are mine.
Yeah, I am like fully a window seat person. I can't remember the last time I wasn't a window seat. And in principle, it makes sense to me that the middle seat would get the armrest. In actual practice, I don't like to inconvenience people, so I would just sit with my arms in, like, oh, you guys want these armrests? All right. Because that's just how I operate.
I think
So
that
in
you should
theory-
establish dominance more. But
No,
that's
I-
just
I
me.
prefer
That's
just
coming from an
non-inconvenience
Aries.
people. Okay, that means something.
See, normally, like in the last couple of flights I've had, I have purposely like sat on one of the edges, and then the middle seat goes to my husband because he's like my big scary dog privilege who's like, hey, like can you go talk to that person for me, please? Like, and just ask for, you know, a refill on my soda because I'm terrified of you. And he's like, yeah,
Oh, see,
sure, no problem.
with me, it's more of the he asked for no pickles type meme. Even though he would never ask for no pickles.
Yeah, pickles are superior snack.
Are you the pickle friend?
Listen, I used to work at a Renaissance fair. You cannot hear that and not know instantaneously that I am the pickle friend. I will drink pickle juice just straight, like out of a glass. Like it's not even. It's actually okay.
I love that for you. Please, the floor is yours.
So like that's the like trick at Red Fair. So if you ever get heat stroke or are feeling really like overheated or like really tired, like and you need fluids, pickle juice. Unironically, because it's full of electrolytes and salt, so it immediately just water.
No, I'm sure it would work. I just don't really like pickles.
Yeah, you kind of have to get over that little hump. But once you do, it's great. So like I think the last year I worked, maybe, I don't know. At one point I had gotten
Arthur,
heat stroke.
You've never heard of the pickle friend? The pickle friend is the one who takes everyone else's pickle at the restaurant.
Yep, that's me. 100%. 100%. But like I got heat stroke for some reason. I don't know how I did.
We'll say it like that.
Yep, no, I heard it as I said it.
I'm so proud.
So when I got to the like EMT tent, like they were like, here, drink this. And they literally had a portable fridge, like, you know, one of those mini fridges that they had plugged into like a generator, just full of cups, like styrofoam cups of pickle juice ready to go. Like that's what they handed me. The actual like medical professionals were like and I was like, oh, okay, like okay.
Okay, I haven't seen How I Met Your Mother. What is the olive theory?
I haven't seen.
Is it that only one person in the friend group likes olives?
No, I thought it was like a romantic thing, like a couple is meant to be if one of them likes them and the other one doesn't, because then they can like, you know. I think that's it.
That is exactly it. It says
I do give Kyle all my pickle spears.
Yeah.
It says
basically you can trade food with the other person and it's kind of nice that way.
All right, yeah.
I don't know why I'm blanking on the pickle brand. It's one of the two big ones, not Vlasic, but the other one. But they now make the little petite pickles in like a hot version. It's like a sweet heat version. They are delightful. I have a jar in the fridge. I like to eat the tiny pickles, and I have a little fork just for eating tiny pickles.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I forgot that you had pickle fork.
I technically have a set. I think there's like 6 of them or something. So I have 6 pickles.
That fascinates me.
Personally, if I am going to get specialty pickles, they're going to be moonshine pickles, and you can get moonshine fruit and just get drunk. I need you to understand these are devilish.
Can I get blasted off of strawberries?
You can't bring up fruit.
This is so literally our entire last episode. We started talking about whether or not fruit counts as dessert, and that led to that derailed the entire episode to the point where we spent the next 40 minutes making a fruit tier list.
Oh my god.
But are you telling me I can get blasted off of strawberries?
I am double checking the website. So they have cherries, peaches, pickles, hot and spicy pickles, moonshine pineapples with pina colada, mandarin oranges. I do not see strawberries, but they do have. Oh my god. Okay, this is like a lot. Just in their moonshine section, you can get apple pie, like fruit punch, blue flame. I have no idea what that means. You can get strawberry moonshine. They have banana pudding, mountain java, orange creamsicle.
Oh, you know what we should do sometime when all of us are in the same room? One of those things where you stick the fucking vodka bottle in the watermelon.
They have chocolate moonshine. That's a thing.
What?
Okay, I'm just gonna put this in the chat.
Write that down.
It's holy crap.
They have a lot of that stuff at the liquor store I was at the other day. They have a whole end cap, and I was like, excuse me? They're selling food at the... Oh. Booze food.
Yeah, I'm always good at coming up with stupid things we should all do when we're in the same room. It's one of my talents.
Fruit tasting party. Although I believe that was Darther.
Yes, no, we have to. That's going to be a whatever happens, happens. We're going to do fucking network. Harley, you're invited to this. Fuck it. Network fruit night. We all buy an exotic fruit and then try it. And also, we're all on edibles.
Listen, as someone.
Oh no!
As someone who what?
As someone who what?
Oh.
Oh my god.
There she is.
What just happened? I have no idea what just happened. I'm so sorry.
As someone who what? I have to know the rest of the sentence.
Sometimes self-identifies as fruity. That's what I was going to say.
No, oh my god. So at our table, I don't know if you ever like come past at our table at Saratoga Comic Con, I sell bracelets.
Try. It never works out because I'm always stuck behind my table. But
dude, you're fine. But I sell like little like the candy, like KANDI bracelets. And I have a bunch. You can have one of these. I have a bunch that say fruity. I think
you
charms.
Actually made me one and gave it to me at Mid Hudson. That says like my name on it.
I do remember that.
I still have it. It sits on my bedside table, and I stare at it every single day because it just.
But you can have one of my fruity bracelets. I have so many of them, and they all have little fruit charms on them.
I love that.
But yeah, fuck it. You're invited to network fruit night. It'll be great. Pick an exotic. Find something exotic. I'm gonna bring in dragon fruit.
Fruit night. Fruit knocked. Make it sound fancy. German.
No,
Oh my
that's what we're
God.
calling it now. Yeah, we offended Harley so badly that her computer said absolutely not.
Wait, they have okay, so now I'm like going down this. I'm so sorry to like derail. They now have I'm going down this like
girl, we have
list.
nothing else scheduled. Please. Keep it
there's
going.
this list of all these like this specific distilleries like alcohol, and one of them is mint chocolate chip whiskey.
I don't know how I feel about
I'm
that.
sorry, what?
Oh,
Whiskey. I don't know what I'm even looking at anymore. This doesn't even look.
I feel like alcohol and mint automatically makes it mouthwash.
Yeah.
They have an entire merchandise store. You can get candles. What is happening? What? Okay, you know what? I gotta like stop going down the rabbit hole.
Okay.
You're making me want to stop by the liquor store tomorrow and see which ones they have.
Let's see what kind of weird stuff you can find. All right. So Harley, you recall the weekly worsening, correct?
Oh God, vaguely.
Okay. So we have a meditation now for a couple seconds before we do this to reflect on how we are worse this week. Chris, if you could get that going for us.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
So how are we worse this week, besties? How are we more authentically ourselves in ways that make us more difficult to deal with? One of the ways that I'm worse is that I got another tattoo, which I cannot.
That's the best, though.
It is the best. I can't show it off because we will get flagged. But I have a heart surgery scar, and I got the title of my favorite Sleep Token song in their like rune alphabet. It's not this song, but this is an approximation of what we've got going on. So I got the title of my favorite song, and then I got their symbol underneath that, and I'm extremely happy with it. I just got it last night. So that's one of the ways that I'm worse this week. Anyone else got anything? I have other things I can share, but we can also all take turns.
Well, I'm worse this week because despite giving myself a strict budget due to the lack of space I have in my craft room for more craft supplies, 10 minutes before I queued up for this, I cleaned out my local Michael's of a giant section, like straight up, almost an entire end cap of ribbon on clearance. Do I need it? No. Did I save $600 on that ribbon? Yes, I did. But like,
hell yes, queen.
But like, yeah, that credit card bill next month is gonna be girly. Like, I gotta like not do the short-term reward for the long. Like, yeah, I'm worse. I'm worse off for that. And you know, my husband is definitely going to put up with the fact that I'm going to have a meltdown in about 3 hours when I'm like, no, there's no space, which is a direct cause of my own actions.
I love that for you. Brooks, what do you got?
I was gonna say my the thing that I was gonna bring up first is very similar. Because you know, I do all these different crafts and I kind of like oscillate between what my main one is at any given time. And I've been on just sewing things in general. Because I was like, oh, I need some new like pillow covers for the couch. And so I bought fabric for that. And then I kept looking at the fabric. And, you know, I'm getting that foot surgery in like a week and a half. And I was like, oh, what an opportunity. I can make like covers for my toes so they keep warm. I can make a little bag that attaches to my crutches. And so I've just been buying fabric and thread, and I just bought a bunch of yarn to crochet my mom a basket because she wants a basket to put blankets in. And I too don't know where these things are supposed to go.
Yeah. Honestly, I understand that on such a spiritual level as I sit here with a 25-yard bolt of crepeback satin taking up my living room floor, in addition to the 6 different types of 15 to 20-yard cuts of fabric that still have to be washed that are sitting in my hallway, in addition to the like 12 bags of fabric that has to be, you know, sorted and organized in my craft room, plus the, you know, 2 bags in my living. Like, Brooks, I understand.
I really lucked out a couple times this week because I got some oilcloth that was normally like $25 a yard, but it was like just short enough that I could get it as a remnant. And then the same thing happened with some fleece today, where it's like, oh, anything less than a yard and a half is 75% off, and it's like, I really got great deals this week as well.
Yeah,
I absolutely love that for you. One of the other ways that I'm worse is that I hit the dispensary today.
Nice.
Listen, icon.
So I'm gonna have a fun weekend.
Mine, definitely on that note, I am worse than I thought I was. Because so I have my medical card for a myriad of reasons, but I haven't gone to the dispensary in a while, and I keep getting these emails like, hey, like, just by the way, like, you know, we're running a sale or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I look in my you know, like storage area. I have a lot.
Nice.
Like unintentionally, like not even into like I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm buying like, you know, a small, and then I would just
you're like, I'll get a little something, and then you don't finish it or whatever, and then suddenly you have 20 little somethings.
Right. Except for the fact that like for some reason the last like 8 times I went to pick up meds, whatever, they had like freebies that they were just like throwing. Like at one point I got like an 8th for I was like, I'm sorry, like, so like now I have like all of this, and I'm like,
don't mind if I do.
Yeah, like thanks, but also like you do know this has an expiration date that I am not going to be able to finish it. I think the like the farthest out expiration date is like June of this year, and I have like, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, so I'm just gonna call out of work for like a week, and
girl,
I'm not.
That's where stopping time would be handy.
That is where stopping time would be very handy. But hey, again, Network Fruit Night. We're all supposed to be on edibles.
I thought it was Fruit Knocked now.
Fruit Knocked, yes. Network Fruit Knocked.
Fruit Knocked. That's not a thing.
Oh, God.
What's the German word for fruit?
Listen,
Fruit Knocked is funnier. Whatever it's going to be.
I want to know what it is.
Obst. Or you could say Die Fruchte.
Oh my god, it's fruit, but with 2 O's.
Wait, where are you looking?
That's what Google said.
I know Arthur speaks German, and he's provided us with this.
Yeah, Obstnacht. That's what I...
Network Obstnacht. Yeah, put this up.
Hey, Bits.
Hey, Boots, what's up, dude? It's been a hot minute since I've seen that username.
Yeah. Obst. Is that a hard O? Obst.
I have absolutely no idea.
No. I'm still good with Fruit Knocked, knowing that.
Yeah, Fruit Knocked is funnier. But yeah, is anyone else worse in any fun ways? I continue to play video games and, you know, do things like that.
But Steam has told me you haven't been online.
I do it in short bursts. I don't know if it's not recognizing it or
if my I was concerned.
Appreciate that.
I was like, wait, she hasn't been playing video games? Is something wrong?
Do be snitching. The number of times that the two of us have sent to each other some variation of the like, I can see you, bitch meme when Steam snitches on us. Insane.
I have one of the ways I have toyed with being worse is changing email sign-offs. For context, I work in human resources. So like my unhinged sign-offs would be like or like even intros like I hope this email finds you before I do. Which is very much a vibe when people are not doing the things that I have asked them to do for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like crying in the club right now, like something just unhinged and like out of left field, just like as my email sign off. I have toyed with that idea, but then also at the same time came to the conclusion that if I do that, my boss will probably look at that and be like, do I need to call like a wellness check for her? Like, is she okay? Like,
we definitely had an episode where we talked about email sign-offs. There was like a table of some sort.
Oh yeah, it was the like alignment chart of like chaotic, neutral, like lawful, evil email sign-offs. I can't remember what any of them were now.
Yeah,
I know like the sent from my iPhone was definitely on there somewhere.
Listen, so like I think my funniest that is not, you know, intentional is just sent from Outlook iOS. Like, no.
First, you sent me that you did like you sent a screenshot of your own email that you sent to the department chair where you signed off with Toodles.
We stand a legend. My partner sent me like 18 Snapchats in a row at one point when he was at work. He's a team lead. So like in like a very like for I think it's like for some division of Caesar's Palace or whatever. So like some really big corporate organization. And he just sent me Snapchats of all the unhinged email signatures that he was putting on his emails that day. And I was like, you're gonna end up on a list, my guy.
Lee had some crazy ones, Brooks.
What?
Lee had some crazy email sign-offs.
Oh, Lee did. Yes.
I'm trying to remember. There was one you sent me that was particularly was it like tepid regards or something like that?
She did definitely send something that, yeah, it was tepid regards.
Love that.
Lukewarm regards.
There you go.
Please do hesitate to reach out.
Yes, that's a good one.
That
could be a whole nother episode. That could be a whole nother episode, just coming up with increasingly unhinged email sign-offs for
this
your
is on LinkedIn.
How about just worst instead of best?
Oh yeah, worst, Bridget.
So this is just like a snippet. With more enthusiasm than your email deserved.
Ooh.
Regards from the edge of my patience.
Very nice.
Yours in utter defeat.
Nice.
At rock bottom, don't circle back, and all blues, no clues. Like,
wonderful.
The person
Absolutely
who posted this
fantastic.
is supposedly one of the top 100 Asian stars in UK tech. So, like, this guy.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, hey, listen, if it's good enough for the upper echelons of business, then it's good enough for me.
True. So true.
All right.
I was gonna say, like, I wish I could have done that in my MBA or my master's, both business oriented, both business
that would have been good.
Master's degrees. I would have like every single time, like debrief, sure, unhinged emails.
I feel that. I really do. All right. So do we have anything that's coming up on the network that we need to announce as we're bringing this to a close? Or anything that anyone wants to announce in general?
Well, I was going to make a post about it, but I haven't done that yet. So recently, as in over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I have been published 4 times in different magazines, all with print editions.
That's so exciting.
Yep. So we're up to 9 international publications for my work. And that is super cool. So hit me up on socials if you would like me to send you a link for the copies.
Go check this shit out.
Yeah. And Yeah, that's hopefully I start wrapping up little things, and then I will be able to announce my roster of shows for the year. Hopefully.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. We've got our. Oh yes, right down there. Important.
That's me.
That's Harley. Okay, so what do we got coming up here on the network? We've got our stream tomorrow night talking about Vinland Saga. Do we have Defen Friday? Defenestration Hour. Brooks, yes. What was that?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just going to say episodes 13, 14, 15.
Yes, episodes 13, 14, 15 talking about on Thursday. We've got Defenestration Hour Friday. Not sure what movie they're doing. Nothing Saturday, nothing Sunday. Monday, Big Dumb Monsters. Tuesday, Regrettable Reviews. I don't remember what movie we're doing. And then, yeah, mostly just our regularly scheduled programming.
It was related to RoboCop.
It was vaguely related to RoboCop.
I can't remember what it was, though.
I can't either.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So Tuesday, Regrettable Reviews, Judge Dredd. I will be watching that now that I remember what the hell I'm even supposed to be watching. And Harley's probably going to join us.
Is the Defen movie.
Got it. Never Too Young to Die for Defenestration Hour. And Harley's probably going to join us for a bonus stream at some point during the month of February. Just some chill, hanging out, gaming, chatting, having some drinks, whatever.
I would love that.
Keep an eye out for that. We will announce that whenever we figure out exactly what date that's going to be. Some point next month.
I do want to point out that I did not bring up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure at all today.
I'm so proud of you.
I have 2 episodes to go. So I'm sure next week I'll have a lot to say.
I was about to say, save it for next week. That's going to be great worsening material.
I'm warning people.
All right. So as always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And we will be back again next week for more chaos. Adios. We'll see you then. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks, featuring special guest Harley Knox. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. You can find Harley on all platforms at Harley Knox Cosplay. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday, and for ad-free live broadcasts of the show, you can subscribe to our Twitch channels, or consider donating to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Big Dumb Monsters podcast network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening!